football playoff preview and a chance for a top 10 team in the land to lean on the energy from the home crowd and knock off the #1 team in the country. Welcome, everyone, to Acrisure Stadium, home of the Pitt Panthers. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Pitt lined up for the opening kickoff. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Offense in a bunch formation. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going to try to get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. There he goes. Coming through with that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He tries to take the top off. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week. Get your feet set at the sticks. Understand that quarterback's got to be rushed. Get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. The shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Chang.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
And the Panthers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Pulls and fires complete. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
So now it's 2nd and long. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the...
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Pitts. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Nice play. And this running back showing you why he truly is a 3-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. And when you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle and he's got the power to break tackles from the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
Has to get there to move the sticks. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? This offense has it with really good field position. He'll keep it himself. Turning it on. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The sure hands, it's Roll. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
And they'll have to settle for it being marked down just outside their own 40-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Under fire. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Harris. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That's the end of the period, and Pittsburgh has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game.
Just plowing ahead. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Wide open spaces. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Tulane has the lead right now, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves yet inside Yulman Stadium. They're up by 7 over Mississippi State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected.
There he goes. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the... And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's going to run it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's 4th and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the...
Got some room into the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure. The quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
The offense stays on the field despite the fact they've misfired on 2 4th down attempts already. Can they change their luck? Fakes the grab on the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires downfield. Pulls it in. It's Pitts.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Give to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
That's a really nice run right there. And one of the things I love about him, he runs with such physicality and with the toughness. Do you think Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, would have loved to have this guy in his backfield? His running style just marries so well with that. When you think about Ohio State and their tradition at running back, right? With all the athletes they've had throughout the decades, this guy was meant to play in the shoe.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. Bring in the heat. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Plucks it out of the air. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And that's the danger. When you've got a receiver like that, if you blitz and you're playing man coverage, he's one-on-one, and he's going to burn you if you don't get home to the quarterback.
He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Oh, they're after him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Pressure coming. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
All right, defense, nice job early in the game, playing well with your backs against the wall. The job's not over yet, though. This is an offense that has shown that they can go for it on 4th down, especially during these situations.
Wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Fires to the end zone. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They're going to throw it to start the drive. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I think the quarterback at this point just needs to settle down. We saw the interception earlier in the game, and all of a sudden on that throw, just really bad fundamentals. The quarterback just needs to settle himself, get himself into a rhythm, trust his fundamentals, because that's going to help his accuracy.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Pitt will have to boot this one away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt. Return. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Gives it on the option. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side. It's a seam wide open. The tap. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They moved the football well in the last drive, but man, that 4th down and failing to convert there has to sting. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And that's just a timing route. And if I'm a quarterback and they're going to sit back in zone, when I run those crossers, man, I just wait for that zone window to open up, anticipate it a little bit, chunk that thing, and let my receiver do the rest of the work.
Looking to the big tight end. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw.
Continues to fight for yards. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
They'll give it to the back. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. This quarterback part of their running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the 1st down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
He'll run for it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
They'll try the right side. Tried to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's what...
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Panthers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah.
Trying to beat the D deep. Snags it inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And now this offense will take the field again. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I like the aggressive nature by the quarterback there. He's trying to take a shot down the field. Just a better play by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Fires to the tight end. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Fights off a defender. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job.
Breaks free. Inside the 30. The 10. Running free. Going to the end zone, but way back behind him. There's a flag on the field. Those linemen can get a little aggressive sometimes in pass pro, and it'll cost him. Touchdown off the board, and they'll back up 5. The Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Whole lot easier after that penalty. It's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw for it. Pocket breaking down. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Good pickup there. He gets enough for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Pittsburgh has a really nice drive going. Looking downfield, it's Owen. Complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Got his man. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period.
29 Philly. 29 Philly.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
A strike downfield.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field, and nowadays you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And the Panthers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections. But the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead. And a lot of times for a loss and put the offense in a bind.
Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing. They're trailing by 27 to Iowa State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Turning it on. Inside the two. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Pitt.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There will be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Takes a hit as he fires.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Makes the catch. It's Grove. At the 40, there he goes. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Here comes the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Make some good plays today. Here we go.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Hauls it in. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Pittsburgh now has it in the red zone. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Harris. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quickly out to the tight end. Breaks into the open. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field.
It's picked off, and another empty drive.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Get set, get set.
He's looking downfield to throw. Scrambling away. Throwing on the run. Snags it. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now 1st and goal. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. On 1st and goal, let's see what Pitt does here. From the gun. Here's the pressure. Looking to get it in. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the first down. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. He'll wedge it in there on the quarterback sneak. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Yeah, and with that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Pitts. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.